You're watching the In Vegas Style, and today I am here to talk about the future of AI. Now, I'm sure this is something that is definitely not new to you, especially for us YouTubers. For some people, it's definitely still a new concept because they really don't see what's going around. Now, I just went to go get some dinner right now, and in a matter of time from driving from my house all the way to this place to go get some food, I mean, there were cameras literally all over the place. So let's go ahead and talk about this a little bit more now. So world leaders have gathered together to discuss the future of AI, and so when they did that, they decided that they're going to put artificial intelligence into humans. But this goes way beyond just the simple fact of adding AI to humans for enhancement. As a matter of fact, it goes into medicine, it goes into way more subjects, and it can be kind of a scary thing. Now, it does have a lot of pros and it does have a lot of cons to it. Now, there's always a good and bad side to it, so it's really up to you to kind of decide on where this is all going. It's nothing new when we come to thinking about actually a cashless society, excuse me. And I mean, I can pay from my watch, I can pay from my phone. I don't need any cash anymore. And then the uprise of Bitcoin, right? All of a sudden, everybody knows about it. And here we are. It's the dawn of a new age. This is all being done during nighttime, and we're going to take off to the park real quick and just kind of take a look at our surroundings there while we continue on to this subject. So as you can see, we're driving off to the park now. We're going to take a look and see if there's any cameras there. I know that there is, and as you know, this is not really a conspiracy, but it's just a part of life. So I do apologize for the darkness here, but it's just kind of a vlog and just kind of making you guys aware of what our surroundings are. If you're not really taking a look lately, take a look around your area. Look at the corner streets, take a look at the parks, take a look at the restaurants, and just kind of notice all the cameras around you. Now, one of the things that happens is that you start becoming numb to it, right? It's kind of like the internet of things. When you see pictures, like for example, if you're looking at Disney and you see the theme parks all the time, when you go to it, it might not just be as exciting anymore, because the thing about it is you've already seen it so much, right? Maybe not in person, but you've already seen it. So, and this is kind of the concept of all things to come, right? It becomes the norm. You start ignoring it, and well, it's just a part of our society now. Okay, so we finally made it to the park, and so right now we'll start looking for cameras. But what I wanted to get into is that I'm showing you all these cameras in all these different locations, from corner streets to homes to whatever it is, because the fact of the matter is most of these cameras are connected to the internet of all things, right? So in saying that, I just showed you images of computers, gaming systems. Your TV, as an example, is connected all to the internet, right? It's got cameras. You have hackers going into your TVs. It's as simple as getting into your browser, and then they can get into the TV and view you from wherever in the world they want to. Okay, so now let's get into the subject of AI itself, right? So now you have Sophia the robot, right? So if you don't know what that is, just take a look all over the place. It's all over YouTube, right? So you have this artificial intelligence that is now what they call self-aware, right? So is it possible that artificial intelligence can really be self-aware? Is it really alive, or what is the case? So we need to take a look at that and see what happens. So most people would say, we're not as connected anymore as like we used to be in the past. Well, the truth is, we're actually more connected than you really think. technology has brought us even closer, right? Because now it's just a message, FaceTime, within seconds that you can communicate to anybody in the world. Now, I do this with my daughter as well. She lives in the UK, and it's very easy for me to contact her or her to contact me through my iPhone. So technology has made that very possible. Now, technology, Sophia the robot, artificial intelligence, can very well easily take over the world. If you don't believe me, just search a little bit out there. Look over Sophia the robot, look over the Internet of Things, look at how easy it is to search up a thing. It takes literally seconds to do that. It's an interconnected world. And so with that, think about Facebook. Have you ever opened up your phone and you're saying something and then you find out that an ad pops up on Facebook, right? So you're talking about drones this second, and then all of a sudden when you're searching through Facebook, all of a sudden there's an ad on drones. Artificial intelligence, right? Everything is constantly listening, right? As maybe I'm just becoming more of I think it's called a conspiracist. Thing about it is, no matter what we do and we search on the internet, it's all there. And artificial intelligence is learning more and more about us. All right, so we've covered everything from artificial intelligence to cameras to you name it, right? An interconnected world, right? And so now we get into our children. The new age is posting things all the time, right? From pictures, selfies. I went to go eat here. This is what I ate. It's constantly documented, and we are doing this to ourselves. And, we're letting ourselves provide all this information out there. It's a way of life, and everything is changing. One thing I wanted to tell you was, did you know that there were a ton of stores closed, and one of those was Sam's? Literally was open one day, and then all of a sudden, the next closed. And those people were out of a job. No notice, no nothing. Why did I touch on the subject of stores closing? Well, because of automation and jobs and people and the one world currency thing. Now, I'm not trying to make this out to be some kind of conspiracy thing. I'm just saying, just kind of pay attention to what the signs are. I'm sure that as you go around the neighborhood, you've seen a lot of stores close. And of course stores are opening as well, but that's a whole different subject. Well, it's not really a different subject, but it's a subject that goes way in depth, and I'll probably cover in a different video. So we came to the park, and it is freezing. It is ice cold. I am freezing, and so are my kids. We ended up bringing our dog, but we have decided to go ahead and leave because it's just too cold. Now, I did try to look for some cameras, but right now, because it's so dark, it's a little difficult to find them. But I know that if you go anywhere, literally, you can see that there's cameras left and right, no matter where you go, right? Whether you go to the restaurants, whether you go to the store, pass by homes, in the cars, tow trucks, you name it. And so, that's proof enough that there's somebody always constantly watching. Everything is always learning. Artificial intelligence gets a hold of this information all the time, right? It's a changing world, guys. Just wanted to let you know that. Thanks for watching. V in Vegas style.